one gentleman, very famous investor, Raoul Paul, declared in February that, and he has a lot of influence in the investment community, saying that India stack is to India what railroad was to UK in 1833, and interstate highway was to US in 1955. Now, this is, of course, the problem in this conversation is that somewhere along the way, I'll explain why this is the case, and he may be understating the importance of all this, and therefore what the future will emerge, and when I have more airtime. So I want to paint a picture for you about what is going to be, in our view, 4 super cycles that India will face. The first super cycle is actually to do with the tech platforms, Aadhaar, India Stack, GST. You can all lump them as societal platforms that are being built or have been built. They are in deployment today. They are going to create a situation where India will become data rich before it becomes economically rich. And India is the only country in the world to experience that. And that will be the second super cycle. The third super cycle is that this data will then power a credit boom amongst the population that has no collateral, but has only this data to offer. And that is what we call as India 2. These are 100 million families that have an annual household income between 2 lakhs and 5.5 lakhs. And that credit super cycle will create a job cycle. It may not be a super cycle, but will be a job cycle. And all of these will pan out in the next 7 to 10 years. And I'll attempt to share this story with you as I go along. Of course, if we don't make certain policy changes, this can be brought to a halt. And so, therefore, there are also an agenda that we must have about enabling policies that will allow all this to play out. And I think they are mostly achievable.
French media people, media person, is asked me about reincarnation, about 15th Dalai Lama. Then I take my glass, then look at his face. Do you think my reincarnation is quite regarding my reincarnation is quite a hurry or not? Then he said no hurry.
तो देखिए ये मॉब साइकोलॉजी है, लोगों को लगता है कि साहब न्याय कोर्ट से नहीं मिलेगा. आई एम नॉट जस्टिफाइंग दैट. मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये तो 20 दिन पहले की बात है. अभी SC/ST कमीशन ने उसको टेकअप किया है कि 2 मुसहर जाति जो जीतन मांझी की जाति है, उन 2 गरीब लोगों पर रोहतास जिले में किसी ने आरोप लगाया कि ये चोरी कर रहे थे, बाकी कर रहे थे. भीड़ इकट्ठा हो गई, इतना मारा उनको कि अस्पताल पहुँचते रास्ते में मर गए. तो इट वॉज अ मॉब लिंचिंग.